Good morning. Welcome back to having 40 hours screen times 8 days a week. By now, the majority of the human race has been enslaved by phones and technology. Social media has turned us into dopamine-craving animals, and I am concerned, but not enough to do anything about it. Hey, this dog just posted a TikTok of itself cooking. Wait, what? Can I see? We love watching everyday people online do their everyday tasks like a program NPC in a video game, or in other words, influencers, the people that make the social media world go round. Without them, who are we supposed to look to try something first before we buy it, like with makeup or the newest iPhone? Who's gonna tell me what to think about a relevant topic, so I don't have to use brain to form own opinion? That is too much work. Who's gonna fill that void of needing real human connections and validation, knowing someone actually cares about you and your worth as a human being? Dad, where are you going? Being an influencer is still a relatively new job that only came out 10 to 20 years ago, where everyday people are finding fame and success online, making careers out of what started out as a hobby. From humble beginnings like filming on your phone while sitting on your bedroom floor, anyone can be famous. Your friend, your teacher, a hydraulic press, even you. This totally real and credible source of the influencer birth rate is showing that they're being born at an alarming rate since the creation of digital cameras, YouTube, and MySpace, according to studies. Probably. Becoming a YouTuber is now one of the most popular career choices for children. 75% of children between the ages of 6 and 17 say that they want to become YouTubers. This is 3/4 of Gen Z and millennials saying YouTube is their most desired career. Oh, why? Well, the first is creativity, where today's younger generations are drawn to creating content that supports their passions and creativity. The second desire is to be famous, and then the third is self-expression, where YouTube lets the younger generation express their creativity. In fourth place is money, and then lastly, it's people. After this, you've got recognition and then travel. This generation is doomed. Back in my day, kids wanted jobs with actual meaning, like an astronaut, cure cancer, the president of the United States, jobs with real meaning. Okay, like that's ever worked out for them. When you suddenly become famous overnight, nothing prepares you for the effect it has on your mental health. There's no manual you can read or anything. Symptoms of fame include inflated ego, thinking that you're better than everyone, and becoming out of touch with reality, and possibly an upset stomach. We're not built to take in thousands of compliments every day. The average person probably knows about 5 to 10 people that you see a few times a month. When you're trapped in your own echo chamber, you sort of become delusional, especially when you have fans that hype up whatever you do. Hey guys, should I eat this couch cushion? Hey guys, I've been thinking about giving away $1,000 to that group of gremlins that have been terrorizing the neighborhood. What do you think? I've been feeling a little sick. I'm thinking about taking my private jet to get groceries. It's only like a 2-minute flight away. When you have no one to keep you in check other than yes men and your fan base, it's pretty easy to lose touch of the outside world. It's like traditional celebrities that get so famous, everything they do seems insane. You want to buy this candle that smells like a body part? How about a Brad Pitt moisturizer that costs $385? Who needs an actual home when you can buy an NFT home in the Snoopverse? NFT this, NFT that. Why don't you pay your bills and F these nuts? And at some point, regular people that started posting content as a fun activity start becoming a little bit unbearable. Is that the right word? Unbearable? What did I do? So how bad can it be? At what point do influencers start becoming unrelatable? Let's take a look at some questionable things that happened recently. A 24-year-old TikTok creator named Michaela Noguera, known for her strong Boston accent, makeup looks, and reviews.
Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Literally, this has been around for so freaking long.
She's built a pretty successful brand with over 13.6 million followers just on TikTok, and millions more on her other accounts. You don't have to dig too hard to find out just how much money her career online has made her. If you couldn't tell by the new house she just bought and her luxury bags, she's done pretty well for herself and is pretty much set for life. According to her, she basically started with nothing not too long ago, so she's built up a following relatively quickly thanks to the power of TikTok. A clip of her recently resurfaced back when she had way less, as you can tell by the less flashy background. This is her take on how hard it is being an influencer after someone commented about working a 9-to-5 instead.
You know, I'm feeling like a fucking asshole today, so I'm gonna clap back at people because I'm tired. Every single day, I get up at 6 a.m. I spend about 5 to 6 hours filming video content that ranges from 3 to 4 videos, and then I spend a few hours editing that video content.
Okay, I'd say that's pretty fair. It depends on what you're doing, but content creation does take a lot of time. 5 to 6 hours doesn't seem that far out of the park, especially with makeup looks. I'm surprised that she doesn't spend more time editing. I literally dedicate 2 full days just to edit one YouTube video. Then it starts getting a little weird.
Then I'm in meetings from 12 to 5. I literally just finished work and it's 5:19.
I'm just a humble YouTuber with nowhere near 13 million followers, but even to a regular person, doesn't that seem like a huge waste of time? I'm not sure if she's her own boss or if she has a manager she can talk to. Hey, I've been thinking, can we maybe have less meetings and more time spent on other things that will improve my mental health and overall time management? What do you think?
No.
How much business things can you talk about for 5 hours every day? I can barely talk to someone for 20 minutes straight. This next part of the video is the part that people didn't really like.
Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds, try it for a day. It is not for everybody. In fact, it's for a very small handful of people who can actually do this job. Because it's absolutely insane. You do not want to have this job. I'm just saying.
Maybe she had a bad day at work because it doesn't seem like she wants it either. And define easy. Being creative every single day, trying to think of new content to make is actually hard, especially when you're competing against people like Mr. Beast, giant corporations, and cats that can cook a 5-course meal on TikTok. I'm pretty sure there's an easier learning curve with being an influencer compared to learning how to be a brain surgeon. But you never know what someone's job is like until you actually work it. Will I ever be able to do life-saving surgeries every day with a success rate of 95%? Probably not. But can a brain surgeon make an engaging YouTube video? Actually, it's not that hard. I mean, there's doctors on TikTok that are literally filming their patients mid-operation. So what Michaela's saying does make sense, but it is worded very badly. When you're living well above your means and have a better life than the people watching you, it doesn't feel that great when that person tells you their job is harder than yours, especially when they show off their wealth.
Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. And here, all for me, I had a real flash. Here it is. And here's the bag. This should.
Wow, that was like a speed run of $100,000 flying across the screen. Whoever made this edit, that was funny. And I'm sure most of you watching right now have 9-to-5 jobs and have actual proof of how hard it is. You have to get out of bed, make yourself presentable, commute to work, have a boss, and sometimes you need to work 2 of these jobs to pay the bills. Being an influencer isn't as physically taxing as other jobs. I would say that mentally it could possibly be harder. It's almost impossible to fully separate yourself and turn your brain off when it's time to stop working, especially when your brand is you and your success depends on how much content you can pump out like a machine.
I begin every single day at 7. I'm the type of person, I just get out of bed, make the bed, and I walk right into the studio. I just get right to it. I personally feel like if you're like an influencer content creator, you have to have a time where you shut it off.
The internet never lets anyone take a day off, unless you already made your bag and have a safety net to fall back on. It's really easy to lose momentum on the internet once you stop. Sometimes you don't really have a choice if you mentally can't create anymore. She's only 24 years old right now. Getting all of this fame, attention, and money in such a short span of time is a lot to take for one person, especially when you've never had a regular job. One really hard thing that I can say about being an influencer is making mistakes in front of an audience. When you have a regular job and you make a mistake, it's usually contained with you and the people you work with. But when you're an influencer, one single mistake gets amplified by 100 times. This is something that she said 2 years ago, and all of a sudden it resurfaced again. She might not even have these thoughts anymore, but this one video basically discredited all the work she did from then until now. After this backlash, Michaela decided to step back from social media and take a break. She does mention she struggles with depression and does apologize for what she said. And when she's feeling better mentally, that's when she'll come back. If you have a regular 9-to-5 job, you can't do this. You call into work saying you're on your deathbed, and they'll make you find someone to cover your shift. Yeah, look, that's fine, but our policy states that you need to find someone to cover your shift. I don't care how you do it, someone needs to be here in your place. Got it? Okay, so for this next part, I need your help. I need someone to tell me whether this person is joking or not, because I actually can't tell.
Tired from what? Content creation is harder than your 9 to 5. You really don't know how much hard work goes into creating multiple videos a day. Being constantly creative with new video ideas, trying to make footage look good, getting new shots, taking many takes over and over, it can get to be a lot. So yeah, I'm tired.
The bet is right there. Just take a nap. You can literally sleep whenever you want. Can a chef working a 9 to 5 take a nap on the kitchen floor? Yeah, but they won't have a job after.
Day in the life of a small Twitch streamer. Started my day pretty early at around 2 a.m. so I went to my local gas station for a couple drinks, went home and did my normal usual routine, and then I had to go to Walmart because my fridge was almost empty. Came home, edited a couple videos, had a 4-hour stream, and then I was pretty tired, so that wraps up my—
Did he just say he starts his day at 2 a.m.? Is this bad TikTok? I don't think I've seen a sliver of sun this whole video. And unless your fridge is like 3 feet tall, it's still gonna be empty. Where's the food?
Typical day in the life of a streamer. I woke up at 5 today, brushed my teeth and took a shower, then I walked to my gas station for some drinks.
Okay, well my biggest question now is, how is this person alive? If I woke up at 5 a.m. and drank a Starbucks Frappuccino, I would be diabetic by 10 a.m.
I edited 2 videos waiting for my sheets to wash and dry, and then I made my bed. Wasn't feeling the best today, so I went to sleep.
And if my math is correct, did he just go to bed in the afternoon? Well, that might explain the insane wake up time at 2 a.m. Did I also mention he drinks G Fuel, an energy drink, at the crack of dawn?
I always make my bed when I get up, and make myself some G Fuel to get me energized.
Was the 12 hours of sleep not enough? Sounds like a health issue. Well, I don't know about you, but this person is not helping the case of being an influencer is harder than your 9 to 5. Anyways, you know what's really fun? Ooh, what? Throwing a party. Oh yeah, I like parties, where content creators can gather and collaborate on new ideas. Cool, networking, sounds fun. Make some friends, eat some good food, just good vibes. Nice, nice. And only the people that donated enough money get to stay. Okay. We also have to kick people out that didn't pay enough. What? And we have to make sure we berate and roast them on a live stream in front of our whole audience. You are scaring me. A few weeks ago during TwitchCon, a convention for streamers, someone got kicked out of a party because they only donated 25 subs instead of 50. If you don't know Twitch math, it's about $250 USD. That's a lot of money to donate for a house party. If he's getting kicked out, can he get a refund at least? What is the return policy for this place that probably doesn't have an HR department?
He said he gives it 50 subs, but it was just 25.
Wow! Fake. The audacity.
Honesty is very important to me. You've proven that you're not honest to me. I've donated way more. I'm so sorry you lied to my face, bro. You lied to my face. Please count.
Apparently, this party was over capacity since the place was rented, and they were telling people they didn't know to leave.
I don't know you. I'm gonna have to ask you and you're just with Mike. Mike who? You know Mike. I'm with Mike too, bro. I'm so sorry. We're shutting it down.
I will say that they do have a right to kick people out if those are the rules. And at some point, the guy kicking people out was asking his chat to decide who to kick out and who to let stay.
Alright, I'm thinking with the chat. We're gonna leave it up to chat. I gotta get out of here then. What the fuck?
I didn't know the Hunger Games started a live streaming service where you can ask the audience who gets to stay and who gets to go. All I know is that they should probably check the oven. PETA might be in there.
How do I kick people out?
I donated 50, so.
They donated 50 what?
You donated 50.
You donated 50.
I donated 50, so kicking me out is kind of crazy.
All right,
It seemed like he was kicking this group out anyways before he found out this guy only donated 25 subs when he said he donated 50. Using this as a reason to get rid of someone seems a little bit ungrateful. Aren't these people your fans? That's a lot of money to support someone with. It's also embarrassing for the guy getting singled out. Just tell people to leave and get it over with. So if influencers are entitled and act like this after they become famous, why do people like them? Why are fans supporting people like this if this is how they're being treated? Well, influencers have that name for a reason. There's actually some interesting psychology on how it works, since people tend to be more comfortable around online content creators. In the psychology world, there's a sliding scale of relatability known as social proximity. If a person feels relatable and approachable, they have a closer social proximity than someone who feels out of reach. A beauty influencer, who's a stay-at-home mom for example, has closer social proximity to followers than Bobbi Brown, one of the biggest names in the cosmetic industry. People crave relatability, which is why influencers are often preferred to celebs. Most of the content an influencer shares isn't sponsored, so when an ad slides into the feed, followers aren't bothered by it because they've earned a level of trust. Which doesn't happen the moment you gain a following. You need to invest a lot of time into building your audience. Having 5,000 followers doesn't really mean anything if none of them interact with you. I mean, it didn't stop these people from asking for for free stuff. After exploring your website, we are eager to speak with you about your amazing photography skills and would love to have you be a part of our special day. We are asking your help to sponsor 10 hours of continuous photography coverage. In exchange, we will be showcasing your company to 3,000 combined Facebook followers, 300 total wedding guests, 196 wedding guests based in the Chicagoland area, 117 unmarried guests between the ages of 24 to 35, 73 parents with unmarried children between the ages of 24 to 35. This doesn't seem worth it. Do they even get food? What are they supposed to eat? Exposure? The photographer is gonna have to pay money out of their own pocket to do this gig. Our wedding brochure will include your logo and contact information, which will be distributed to all 300 wedding guests. In addition, we will also have your company information posted in our Facebook wedding album as well as our wedding website. We greatly appreciate your help in creating our special day and look forward to connecting with you soon. Mwah! I'm just assuming she did that kiss at the end. And once the other wedding guests hear that you did wedding photos for free, what's gonna stop them from asking you to do theirs for free? The story at the beginning isn't really doing them many favors either. My fiance and I randomly met on an airplane heading to Chicago 3.5 years ago, coming back home from the Cubs World Series. So what you're saying is that you do have money to pay someone for their work. I mean, yes, having a following does give you some leverage to work with brands and sponsors, but outright asking for free stuff just because you have more than 1,000 followers is very entitled. As an influencer myself that hasn't done a face reveal yet, I do have other things that I do outside of YouTube. Not because I can't support myself just by doing YouTube and social media, but I'm using those other things to help keep me sane and to remind myself what it's like to be outside. Influencing is hard, there's no denying that. It takes a lot of perseverance and a toll on your mental health. If it was easy, then everyone would have 1 million followers and a social media empire built into their phones. But don't compare it to jobs the majority of your followers are probably working that make significantly less money than you. It's like comparing your arms and your legs. Both are important and do different things. Can your arms walk and carry you places? And can you grab stuff with your legs? Actually. Oh, and the culprit behind regular people becoming power-hungry influencers is the YouTube algorithm, which you can feed with a like and a comment on this video. I was not paid to say this, I am doing this out of my own free will. Your engagement will help me pop up in your recommended when I find new interesting things to talk about. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and I'll see you in the next one.